Today is the payday, and we got a check in mail. 36 bucks. Overpaid for insurance. That's cool. Hey guys, this is Vladimir Nemchinov, living live intentionally. Today is Friday. This is my payday. And I say mine because it's only mine now. My wife doesn't get paid anymore. We are transitioning. Here's the deal. We work towards and strive to live off of one income, mine, which is smaller, but this way Yulia can stay with the baby. It is a priority for us. We want to invest into our child instead of things, money, and work. Although nothing wrong with those things, we like them. We feel it's more important to take care of our baby. I just worked on changing budget to fit how much I actually make. Turned out a little bit tougher than I thought, but when you have a limited amount of money, it's really easy to budget. All your spendings you prioritize. What's most important, you do that. Giving 10% to God is important. Mortgage is important. Food is important. Bills are important. All those things, they rise up to the top. Since we can't make the budget, the skeleton budget of what I planned, we just eliminate categories of our budget that are not vital. So I got paid $430 today. This is my average a week. Now I want to show you how I apply those numbers to our budget. I want to do it on the computer so you guys can see actually what my process is. Guys, this video is gonna be very long, but I want to keep it this way so I fully explain to you what's up. So feel free to check out at some time because it's gonna be long and stretched out. But here it is. So this is my budget. This is how it works. It's very simple. There are a bunch of formulas there that work in the way that they calculate, let's say, mortgage. The first column basically says how much we have right now for mortgage, right? So this is one payday. This is a date. This is a weekly budget, by the way, since I get paid weekly. So over here, if you see over here, there's a formula that calculates and it adds up all the numbers in one row, and the same thing for each of these categories. So when I get paid, for example, today, right? I got paid 1st, 2017. If I look at how much we got paid, $430. So all I do is $43 is tithe. And over here you notice it add up right away. If I cancel it, it's $1. If I add 43 in here, it's gonna be 44. That's why I kept this column here. It's like an example. It doesn't add this, but it's an example. So I copy it and then I paste it in here. So now this formula, what it did, it added all the numbers in this line and this line and this line. And then on the bottom here, I totaled and said how much we have on we're supposed to have on our checking account. And this is how it works. Say next pay period, I copy it and I paste it. All right, that's all I do every week. And then on the next column, like you can see here, I subtract. So if we paid for internet bill, it's I subtract $35. We pay tithe, I subtract $38. We pay car maintenance registration, I subtract. So right now, since I got paid $430, but all this budget for a week is $471, I am $41 over budget. So what I'm doing then, I'm going and deleting things that I can't afford, basically, you know. So there we go, it's aligned. That's how much I made, $430. Actually, I made 434, I believe. So let's undo that. And this is how we do it. I really like to spend time and count and see how much money goes where and plan that. Alright guys, before this video is too long, what I want to tell you is that if you have any questions about finances, I'm gonna show you right now how I do it. But if you have any questions, if you need any kind of help with that, with planning, I'll do it for free. Really would like to help, and I'm just excited about it. I like to do stuff like this. So hit me up, let me know, and enjoy the video. That's the benefit of budgeting, that you know where the money goes, and if you don't spend more than you assigned, then it works. It's hard in the beginning especially. But over time, we get used to it. We know, I have all this spreadsheet on my cell phone, so each time we spend something, I go to my cell phone and I subtract, you know, like here, or we went out and we ate, so I subtract that. Groceries, right? We have $50 for food. So if I subtract and say we spent 20 bucks, and it's going to show me that I have only 30 left. And that's how I keep track of everything. I just started that budget last week. That's why it's so narrow, but then it goes day after day after day after day, and it takes a lot more space. This over here, it helps me to track how much I actually can afford to spend, and then over here, it totals everything on the checking account. So that's how I balance my books, as they say, you know, before you balance your checkbook. But this is what I have balanced. And that's pretty much, this is how I do it. This is our really bare bones budget, and we still want to, this is how much giving we used to do, but now we're cutting it down. Unfortunately, basically whenever I work overtime or I make more than this, then all this adds up. So I want to pick up some work on the side, maybe video, maybe a little bit of construction or repairs. This is what our budget is. And this is how we make it on $430 a week for my pay only. It's always evolves and always work and play with it. Now, of course, we have rental income, which we don't want to tap into, but we want to live modestly, basically. I mean, you see numbers, you know. We don't starve. We have enough money. We live comfortably. We want more, definitely, like anybody else. But we want to be grateful for what we have and really be wise with our money. Because, of course, we have tenants, right, who pay. Our budget was much bigger. You know, we were prepaying mortgage. We were paying $100 extra every month. But now we cut it down because the plan is, an idea is to live off of what we make. In this case, I make. Because if we depend on people like tenants, for example, then if they move out, our budget falls apart. I don't want that. I want us to be steady no matter what's going on in our lives, no matter what other people do, so that it doesn't affect us. It's really modest and it's really a strict kind of budget. It was larger again when Yulia was working. It was just pretty much same categories, so we would just put more money into it, that's all. But now we look back and we're thinking, so it's $700 right now, our budget. And before we would be like, we started like, I think it's like $3,000. And now we look back and we think, why were we spending $3,000? And the reason we actually cut it is in the beginning of this year, we cut $1,000 off. We decided to live off of $2,000 so that we can prepay our student loans. And we did. Last July, we finished paying $18,000. It's a big blessing. We don't owe anything. And especially I want to talk to people who think that they don't make enough to budget, or they make so little that budgeting is not going to do anything. It is incorrect. It's even more important for you to budget. When people have millions and they don't budget, that's okay. You know, they're not going to struggle. But if it's hard, if it's really tight, then you budget. Because when you look at it, you see the whole picture. You know, this might not be the case. For example, we have $10 here for baby, right? A week, so it's $40 a month. Those of you who have children, no, that's not enough. I haven't had children before, so I just learned that it's not enough. So that's gonna be increasing. Right now, I'm a little bit packed on diapers and wipes, thanks to our family, to our friends who gave us gifts for the baby shower. It's pretty cool. It's really helpful. This is our budget, and I want to show you and be transparent with you, because some people, they refuse to talk about money. They refuse to just say how much they make. You know, it's not a problem for me at all. I learn from examples. So when I look at it and I know, okay, so this is how much you made, this goes where, this goes here, this goes there, and that computes. You know, that makes sense. So if I need $460 for my mortgage and I get paid every week, I obviously divide that by 4, you know, and that's it. I have enough mortgage. After a month, I have saved up enough for mortgage and for everything else. Instead of paying some bills on one week and other bills on the other week, well, what if that week you have less money, you know? What are you gonna do then? Or you don't get paid that week, or you're off and you don't get paid for it. So there's a lot of complications, there's more to it. Since we're on this topic of budget, I want to probably talk about all the categories that we have here. So tithe is really important. It is a way for us to trust God, to acknowledge that He is the owner of this all. This money is His, and we are stewards of His money. So we need to be wise with what we do with it. Of course, we have housing and bills basically included here. That's what's important. I know for some people it's not. Tenants tend to paying their rent on further down the priority list. I don't want to do it. It's very important for us to be on time with our bills, the way we figure it out every week, so that by the time bills come, we will have enough money. We're never late. Sometimes I'm late, I guess, because I forgot to pay or whatever, you know, by my foolishness, but it's not because we don't have money. So, and then we have cell phone, of course, and then we have electricity, all the bills, and then we have Amazon Prime. We figure $2 a week, and I'm not going to make a huge difference here, but for us it's worth it because we get some stuff shipped for free, a lot, and then it's going to be less now because of the budget restraints, but also we can watch shows and movies on there, which is definitely worth it, $2 a week. And then we have pocket money, which is pretty important, you know, when you have all this money and you make them and you spend it for other things and you don't enjoy spending, we all do that. It's hard. I try to do that. It's really hard. You don't enjoy kind of the fruit of your labor, but that's why we have pocket money. And then we have giving. We sponsor 2 children, and it's automatic kind of withdrawal, so we don't want to take it down basically. And then we have parents' birthdays. We want to honor our parents and love them and give them a little something for their birthday. And then we have other giving basically that again is unfortunately we can't afford this time. We choose not to afford and choose not to use our rental money. I pray for side jobs and extra income that I can supplement this, and basically if God gives it, we'll have more giving, which is not how it works, and it's not what my thinking really behind it, because we want to give. All those things we just come up with them, but we've thought about it, and that's what's important for us. And not, unfortunately, not right now. We have different priorities basically. And this is it. This is our budget. Alright guys, it's a very crazy long video, but I wanted to show you this. That's it. Please leave the comments below. Tell me what you think. If you have any thoughts or ideas, I'm trying to be transparent about it. I think it's a very important matter Even Jesus spoke a lot about money. I wonder what you guys have to say. What do you guys think? Alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate that if you lasted that long. If not, I understand. But here's my budget. I hope you learned something new. I hope it's beneficial for you. I'll see you in the next video.